Hello there, and welcome to Voices of Parenting podcast with me, your host, Mussi Diskin, where we talk about all things parenting, relationship, and nurture heart approach. Um, this for our regulars. Welcome back. I know we had a little break here, and I have had to put a pause on interviews with other people. So for the next little while, I'm going to give you little special episodes with different recordings, some of which are me responding to specific question or topic, and some are recordings of the group coaching continued education classes that I give. Special sneak preview for you to get a feel of what we do in those classes, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello, everybody. So today I want to talk about a real life situation and kind of walk through nurtured heart and how nurtured heart could be applied in this situation. And the interesting thing about nurtured heart that makes it really hard, but also really, really beautiful and real and authentic is that nurtured heart isn't like, this is what you do in this situation. This is what you do in that situation and one size fit all. It's really like taking life on life's terms, leaning into the real life reality of the situation that's going on and believing all of it. Like not there isn't an agenda of like changing everything and making everything perfect. It's like, no, on life's terms, in the reality of the situation, how am I going to show up in a way that I feel proud of? How am I going to show up in a way that I feel is aligned with who I am, with my values, and the best that I can do? And the three stands really help us. The three stands of the nurtured heart really help us stick with our integrity and stick with our values. And so it's really about applying nurtured heart to any situation is really about, first and foremost, admitting, acknowledging, and being really accepting of the situation as it is, not trying to put any rose-colored glasses on it. No shoulds, well, just do it or just whatever. Like, no, where we are. So this is the kind of picture I want to paint for us today is a situation where I'm going to specifically talk about a child who's struggling in school, where school is not supporting them in a way that's bringing out their best, definitely not building their inner wealth. And at the same time, home is struggling as well. So, when we're all in our greatest, strongest places in our lives, we can, take on challenges and find the best answers and be, so helpful because we're overflowing, because our buckets are full. But what happens in the very real situation where things aren't going well for our kids in other areas of their life, but also we aren't so strong right now and our buckets are not overflowing. And so we're not in the best place. Yeah. So what do you do when you see that your child is struggling and you see that your child is having a hard time, but I'm also having a hard time and I'm also struggling and I don't have it in me to be the perfect parent that, of course, yeah, I probably do know how to be when I'm in my perfect best self, but I'm not right now. Maybe it's a medical thing. Maybe it's a pregnancy, a birth. Maybe it's a marital thing, a financial thing, whatever, mental health. I'm not at my best. And it's really hard to see my kids struggle and also to have real limitations that make me not be able to show up in the way that I want to. So I want to start just by kind of inviting you, if this is something you relate to and this is something you want to explore for yourself, I kind of want to invite you to lean into energy for a minute and not so much solutions first. Because I think when we're coming into a situation, seeking clarity, seeking answers from what we call a nurtured heart, an energetic right side up place, like when our energy is congruent and where we want it to be, everything flows easier and we can come to the clarity from a place that good and we can be proud of versus like a controlling or resentful or like desperate place. We want to be in a good place energetically first before we approach clarity. So I think like bottom line, nurtured heart believes in inner wealth. Nurtured heart believes in people's purpose, in people's beauty, in people's greatness, that we have what it takes. We were designed for our lives. We were designed for what we go through, and we're the best people to live our lives. And the rest of nurtured heart is all about proving that to ourselves or proving that to the other person, finding the evidence to go along with that by retraining our brains and retraining our minds to find what's going right and use that as evidence to support our thesis, our basic belief and trust that we are beautiful, and we are here for a purpose, and we are the best for our lives and our circumstances. So if I'm going to lean into that essence before getting into the details, before looking for the evidence, before trying to implement any of these like techniques of how to build inner wealth and grow greatness and recognize the things that are going right, just really in my heart to just like hold that sadness and grief even on the fact that right now I'm limited and my kid is struggling, and those are both true. And one doesn't need to negate the other. Actually, one can't negate the other when they're both real. I didn't choose this. I didn't choose that my kid should be struggling at the same time that I'm struggling. It's real. We're both struggling. And so this is not going to be the most ideal, picture perfect fairy tale ending story, because it's not. It just isn't. And it's not my fault, and it's not their fault. Both can be true at the same time. The reality that this is real, acknowledging it, it's a fact. It's not an issue. It's not a problem. It's a fact. It's on purpose. It's, if you believe in divine design, I do, then this is, divinely designed as a part of our journey, as a part of our growth, as a part of what's meant to be for both of us, for my child who's struggling and for me. And lean into the trust that if that's the case, then we're both going to get through this, that my child is going to be able to get through this in a way that's going to benefit them and the world. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know when. In Nurtured Heart, we're always looking at the long run, at the future picture, at the bigger picture, not the moment, not momentary gratification. I trust that no matter what clarity I land on, and no matter what answers come my way, and whatever I'm able to implement or do to make this situation better for my child or not, my child was destined to go through this exact situation, and it is designed for them, and they will come out stronger, and they can handle it, and they are the right ones for their life. They are going to be okay. I want to lean into that belief that there's a picture in the future of a strong, happy, independent, thriving adult who is just running the world, especially those intense kids. A lot of times the kids that are struggling in school, it's because they're really smart, and it's because they're really capable, and it's because they know how to work the system, and they feel their teachers' shortcomings, and they see right through them, and they press the buttons, and they manipulate, and they just work the system because they can see right through the cracks. They can see right through the BS of a lot of what controlling methods really are. And they resist that. They stand for truth. They stand for all of what relationship should be and could be. And so they don't take that. They don't take being controlled and being not seen and being stuck in a desk and picked at for every little time they, look the wrong way, and they get in trouble for it, and they have consequences. But you know what? They stand for truth. School is not the end of their lives. School is a very small percentage of their entire life. And I know what I'm saying now is so radically against so much of the typical focus of when you're in school, it's your job, and you got to do good in school because one day you're going to have a job and you're going to have to do good at your job. You have to show your accountability and your responsibility. You know what? Not everybody was built for school. And you know what else? Not every school is built for every child. And sometimes reality, again, we don't have a better school. We don't have a better option. We can't homeschool. It's not an option. So our kids are going to school that they won't be successful at because it's not built for them, and they're not built for it. And so this portion of their life is going to suck and going to be bad and not going to look good, and that's just it. So coming back to that trust and that faith in this plan and in this future of this wonderful, incredible human who's going to be a great, successful adult someday, recognizing that whatever I do or don't do, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to show up as best as I can. I will try to seek answers. I will try to, do the best I can to help my struggling kid, but I'm very limited. And that's going to be okay. And they're going to handle this, and they're going to get through this. And if anything, that those intense behaviors they're showing in school and the challenges they're showing in school just show what a successful adult they're going to be. Just show what an incredible truth seeker and leader and advocate they are and will be for who knows who. But it's exciting to find out, just leaning into this, school's not everything. Just taking down the intensity of the negativity of the issue. It's not. It is what it is. Some kids fail miserably at school, and that's okay. Like they go out and they're entrepreneurs, and they just fail at being followers. They fail at being losers. They fail at being invisible. They fail at being, unseen for their greatness. They thrive at being seen for their greatness. They thrive at being able to shine at what they're good at. They thrive. So school isn't doing that. So that's why they're failing. Like, it makes sense. It's a reflection of their greatness. It's a reflection of who they are. Just like take it off. We're like on the edge, right? Like about to jump. And it's like, let's just get off the ledge first. Let's get to safety. Like, that's what this energetic kind of reset is about. Like, we're okay. I'm okay. They're okay. We don't need to fix this in this moment in order for them not to be facing a horrible life. This is not a life sentence. This too shall pass. Like, it's fine. Even if I don't fix it, even if I do nothing for today, like, there's a beautiful child in there and it's going to be okay. So that's my initial reset. And actually, if we're going to reel in the stands of nurtured heart, that really does bleed right into stand one, where stand one is absolutely no. I refuse to energize negativity. It's not only I'm not going to energize negative behaviors or negative, like things that are wrong. I'm not going to energize the negativity of any situation, of any circumstance, of any fear, of any feeling. Like, no, I'm going to trust. I'm not going there. Like, I don't know. I don't know the answers, but no, I know that I don't want to energize that. I know it's not serving me. I know it's not serving them. I know it's not going to get me any further in this. So no, absolutely no. I'm not energizing the negativity of the situation. It is what it is. It is what it is. And we're going to get through this and we're going to be okay. So then moving forward with, okay, I'm hopefully feeling better. I'm hopefully feeling more at peace. What do I want to do? There's this truth about humans, and it's ever more strong with somebody who's highly sensitive or intense, that when we don't feel seen and believed and fully received and accepted, we need to fight for that. It's almost like it threatens our right to existence, and it threatens our very safety and security in the world. And so if I'm not seen, believed, heard, received as I am or as I see it, then my defenses go up. My defenses go up and I push harder to prove it, to show you, to get you to believe it. And the irony or the counterintuitive piece of that is that sometimes the best way to create change or to bring another perspective or to help someone grow is to first fully lean into empathy and really receive them and really get them for real and see the greatness in the way they are now, even if how now is totally not what we want and that final outcome. And so what stand two can look like with a kid who's struggling really hard in school and getting in trouble and hating himself for getting in trouble or herself and feeling horrible about it, but sticking with the cycle is I want to connect with those qualities that are behind that negativity. I want to connect to the intensity that's driving those behaviors. And I want to help them connect to it in a way that they can see the beauty of it, that they can see who they are and what they must be and have if they are struggling so much in school. And so with each of you listening to this, it's going to be a little bit of listening with your heart and leaning in with your heart, because your heart knows what is the truth about them. What is the truth about this intensity? Can I see past the behavior and see the person there? And so just to give kind of generic greatness of what possibly is here for a child, I want to say to them, my stand two messaging is, they got sent home or they got sent out of the office 3 times, or the teacher called, or they're telling me about how they spent most of the day in the hallway or got in trouble. And I see they don't feel good about it. And I see, my response is like, hey, kiddo, like, that makes sense. You were never born to be a follower. You were never born to just sit still. You are a truth seeker. You are a truth fighter. You can't help yourself when something's not fair, or when someone's getting you in trouble for something you didn't do, or when someone's treating you wrong. Like, you can't help yourself but fight back. And you know what? That's the most beautiful quality. And it's such a gift to our family. You know how like you stand up for your little siblings when they get in a fight, or when someone says something mean to them, or, in the future, your family or your friends, like, I want to be friends with that kid. Like, that kid is going to stand up for me, peer pressure, them feeling like They want to be, the king of the class or the queen of the class, and they want everyone following them, and they want power. They're seeking that power. They're looking for that power. They don't have it necessarily from being the good kid in the class. So like, how can I be powerful to my friends? And how can I be powerful socially? I want to lean into what's beautiful about that. First, I don't want to tell them why they shouldn't do that. First, I don't want to tell them why that's damaging or they don't need to. They should be confident about themselves. I don't want to go into that and tell them that the way they're feeling about or what they're wanting is somehow a reflection of something negative about them. First, I want to connect with how it's a reflection of something positive. It makes sense. It makes sense when you see all the kids running after one kid. I love that you know your greatness. Actually, I want to use it to reflect the exact thing I'm afraid of. Sometimes when kids are peer pressured and looking to chase after someone or get people to chase after them, we're worried that they don't have self-confidence or they don't have self-worth and that their self-esteem is low. And that's why they're like seeking approval from others. I want to twist it around and build the very thing I'm looking for more of. And I want to say, you know who you are, you'd be a great friend, you'd be a great leader. So you're looking at the kids like running after this other guy and you're like, hey, me too. What about me? Like, you have the confidence to believe in what you deserve, to believe in what you want. I don't know if that's going to be true for your child. That might not be where it's coming from. I want to make sure I'm being honest with who they are and where they're coming from. But first and foremost, I want them to know that what they're experiencing and feeling and how they're responding to it, the things they're doing to it make sense. They may be wrong. They may be getting consequences left, right, and center, but they make sense. And they're cool kid for showing up in the world in a way that makes sense and for having the courage and bravery and confidence and like kind of like brazenness to do the wrong thing sometimes when it makes sense to them, and the messaging from that is like, so therefore, because you make so much sense and because you're doing things and responding in ways that make so much sense based on who you are and the incredible person of greatness you are, I trust you to handle this too. Like, you're in a school where, you're not getting along with your teacher, or you're not doing well academically, or you're not getting along with your friends, or whatever the situation is, reality of the situation. I don't want to whitewash it. I don't want to rainbow it. I want to say it exactly how it is and not be scared to put out there that the kids don't like him or whatever the reality is. Like, just say it as he knows he's experiencing it. She's experiencing it. So just say it. But like, if I could take you out of the school and send you to a different school, it was perfect, or take you out of school forever and give you a job, you'd probably do really well. You'd probably do really well having a job right now at 8 years old, but I can't. That's just not the situation in our family right now. It's not the situation where we live. It's not like this is the school you're going to. And you know what? It's hard and it sucks. And I'm here for hugs if and when I can give them. But like, you got this. Like, I trust you. I trust you to make the right choice that's good for you. I trust you to figure this out. I trust you to have, we want to guide, we want to teach, we want to tell them what they should do. We can, and they might even listen. There's so much value in them figuring out their own answers. And yeah, they might get it wrong, but let them figure it out. They know they have, especially with our older kids, not older, but like our kids who are like 8, 9, 10, like the kids who are already not toddlers and not preschoolers. They have their own identity. They have their own inner dialogue and their own personalities. They know what the values of the family are. They already have a sense of integrity and values. Let them find a way to stand with them. That discomfort of stepping out of their values, let them feel it and let them figure out how to come back to it. And I just want to reflect to them that I know that they can, and I know that they will, and I know that, or I don't even know that they will. I know that they can, and I'm not scared about the process of how they figure it out. They've got this. I had my daughter come home for an entire year with, it was really more than a year, but 1 year specifically that like, it got really, that she would tell me every day, you say good things about me because you don't know what's going on in school. And if you knew what was going on in school, you would never say my greatness, and you would never say these things. And I get in trouble so much and you don't even know. And I would just be like, girl, I am not even scared. The reason why I'm not calling your teacher to find out and freaking out is because I know who you are. And if this year you're choosing to, play with getting in trouble and pushing the limits and being a little crazy in school, like, you'll learn from that. I trust you. I trust you to figure this out. I trust you to make the best choice. I think like specifically because school is so out of our jurisdiction, it's so out of our control. The school is responsible for taking care of the students when they're in school and figuring out what to do with them. They're going to do it their way. It's not our jurisdiction. Let the kid know that you are backing them in their journey of figuring it out. Listen, school's not meant for everyone. And everyone has to go. Like, let's just say it, right? And everyone has to go. And mommy makes you go every single day. And you still go. Remember that day that I kept you home? It was awesome. I saw how happy you were. How I wish you could stay home every day. But you know what? You can't. You can't. And it's hard. But you know what? That's one of the reasons why I am so in awe of you. Because you're actually really living a real life struggle, like an adult struggle, like going through something really hard. Every single day you face it. Every single day you go home. Every single day you go to school. Every single day when you come home, kind to your siblings, helpful, whatever the truth of your child is, but like how cool that you are managing and getting through this. Like, I don't need to save you. I don't need to help you. I don't need to fix this. You've got this. And I think the stand 3, like that's my stand 2 messaging in however I can deliver that. And my stand 3 clarity of like, okay, so is there something I can do or is there something I can do? I mean, it's very basic. It's basically like, is there something I can do that I have a solution for right now? Can I change his school? Like, if the answer is no, then no, it's not, like, okay, scrap that. The clarity of sticking with reality, the clarity of sticking with stand 1 and stand 2, the clarity of I'm not engaging in negativity. I'm not engaging in the thought that like, or the messaging I'm getting from the school that like my kid's messed up or my kid has a problem because he's struggling in first, second, third, fifth, 10th grade. Like, I don't care that he's struggling in 10th grade. I believe in him. I know he's going to be a great person. I know that good things are coming. Like, struggling in school shows on an incredible being who's bigger than a desk. Like, I don't care that he's bigger than a desk. I like that he's bigger than a desk. Like, we'll get through this. It's not the end of the world. So my clarity is, if there's something I can do to make it better, maybe I could make yummier lunches, send better snacks. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can take him home early. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can talk to the teachers. Maybe I can't. Clarity is just like, if there's something I can do, I will do it to set him up for success, to set the school up for success. But also my clarity is, I will not enable and empower the messaging of I'm a bad kid, I'm a troublemaker, I'm a failure at school by trying to say, yeah, you are, so here's advice of how not to be, or yeah, you are, so let me motivate you by giving you a sticker chart not to make trouble, or let's talk about how much trouble you made or how much trouble you didn't make, or have motivation for you or threaten you. Like, no, you are the perfect person to live your life. You have the capacity to make choices. You're using that capacity. You're learning from your experience about that capacity. This choice brings this result. This choice brings it. You're playing with it. You're feeling it. Like, if they come to me and they're like, I hate myself. I'm so bad in school. And they're like, or, sometimes they say it out loud, or I feel like they feel that way, whatever it is that they're like feeling bad about themselves. It's like, it's so beautiful how connected to your heart you are. You're playing with some real life stuff here, making choices with some real life choices. Like, you're being asked to do one thing. It's hard. You're being called out. You're getting in trouble. And like, you're not feeling good about that. I love how you are experiencing the full experience. You're not numbing it. You're not shutting it down. These feelings teach us. These feelings lead us towards clarity of who we are and what we want to be. Like, you'll figure this out. I know you will. You're like one of the strongest kids I know. So I'm never using the negativity that's brought to me or the intensity that's brought to me as a reason to give advice or give any sort of proof or evidence that they're right. They should be scared of themselves. And it is worrisome because they are failing and it is bad. No, I'm going to find a way to receive it. My stand 2, my stand 1, my stand 2, find the greatness in it and the clarity of like, you've got this. I trust you. If there's anything I can do, I will. Let me know if there's anything you need. But like, it's your life and you've got it. And that's where it is. Like, I'm going to do my best to take care of me and get through this hard time for me. And we'll meet at the other end. But meanwhile, you've got it. We're not messing you up for the rest of your life. So I hope that this was helpful in some way. And as always, you can find me at mussydiskin.com. for one-on-one coaching, group coaching, classes, courses, whatever it is, I'm here. Reach out. Would love to connect. Would love to hear your feedback, and have a beautiful day. Hey, wait, don't go yet. Take a minute to find the beautiful quality that you have, that you appreciate about yourself.